I will call this meeting to order.
Sharon Harvey,
Here?
Eric Guerrero,
Here.
Lisa Ramos,
Here.
Cal Niederman,
Here.
Please join me in a moment of silent prayer or private reflection. Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Is there a possible motion for an executive session? All right. Leanna, do we have any calls to the public this evening? Thank you. All right, do I have a motion to accept the consent agenda in 4.1?
I move to approve the consent agenda.
I'll second.
Sharon Harvey,
Yes.
Eric Guerrero,
Yes.
Lisa Ramos,
Yes.
Cal Niederman.
Yes.
All right, 6 action items. 6.1, Superintendent, staff laptops and desktop computers.
Can she at least speak?
She can't hear us, but
Can
I'll,
she go now? Let me check right there.
it has access to the microphone.
Please excuse the technical difficulties.
If it's time for me to read my agenda item and you can
Yes.
hear me, I'm happy to do that. Okay.
Yes.
Madam President, members of the board, as part of the planned replacement of computers using bond funds, the purchase of 40 staff laptops and 50 staff desktop computers in an amount not to exceed $65,000 will provide replacements for staff laptops and computers at LHUSD that have reached the end of life cycle. These staff computers will be distributed to staff and used to access teaching materials for adopted curriculum, completing evaluations, testing, and provide teaching staff support. This is in line with the commitment to provide computers that meet current standards and keep up with changing needs. The computers will be configured and made ready for use by the LHUSD technology staff. Dell laptops will be purchased from Newegg Business or Office Depot based on available inventories. Dell desktops will be purchased from Dell Technologies or Office Depot based on available inventories. This has been reviewed and approved by the business department. Bond funds or other allowable capital funds will be used to purchase the requested items. Year-to-date computer purchases have exceeded the $100,000 annual cumulative purchase of like items and therefore require governing board approval per the Uniform System of Financial Records.
I move that we accept 6.1 as presented.
I'll second.
Sharon Harvey,
Yes.
Eric Guerrero,
Yes.
Lisa Ramos,
Yes.
Cal Niederman.
Yes.
Moving on to 6.2, Business Services, Division of School Facilities, DSF JOC contract, Nautilus and Havasupai Elementary, the removal and installation of basketball courts. Mr. Murray?
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board. In September and October 2023, the Division of School Facilities approved design work for the removal and replacement of new basketball courts at Nautilus Elementary and Havasupai Elementary. Design was submitted to the DSF and construction funds are pending award. The Division of School Facilities and the district would engage in a joint improvement project where the Division of School Facilities will provide the funding for work relating to the basketball court, damaged walkways, related fencing, etc., and the district would assume costs pertaining to activity surface striping, any added concrete, volleyball concrete sleeves, etc. The proposed pricing and cost share breakdown is attached. Concord Contracting would be procured through their 1GPA job order contract as it's listed there, and not to exceed is being proposed. to cover any change orders to address scope of work changes to either the district or Division of School Facilities during the construction process. You can see that a not to exceed for Nautilus would be $800,000 on the Division of School Facilities side, and on the district it would be a not to exceed of $100,000. At Havasupai Elementary, the Division of School Facilities would be a not to exceed of $775,000, and the district side would be a not to exceed of $75,000. This action is pending the award of construction funds from the Division of School Facilities.
So just a couple questions here. I'm looking at the totals. So once again, a great use of DSF, just kind of reminding folks out there how this works. DSF is funding that we get from the state.
Correct.
And basically, and I'm looking at the two spreadsheets right now, and so what it says to me, yeah, those ones. So, and tell me if I'm right, we're paying, according to this, I know it can change due to construction, but $53,000, where the DSF is paying about $700,000.
Correct.
So, great return there. And then the other one, it's even better. We're paying $14,000, and we're getting $700,000.
That's
approximately in funding. So, awesome.
Okay.
I really think that's great use. We're partnering with the state in the correct way to maximize our resources and maximizes our resources for our community. So I appreciate what you do in getting that funding.
Yep, it's all through a grant application, and they're mandated to meet minimum requirements for schools. So it's not something that's just unique to us, but it takes a lot of work, and there are a lot of districts that choose not to go this route because of the work involved in the application process.
And I know the timing somewhat depends on when they actually award the construction fees. Are we hoping to do it during spring break or summer break or sometime when it's not disruptive to the students, or?
So we were hoping to do just that. We were hoping that a March start date would be ideal. I just got off the phone an hour and a half ago with our liaison at the state. And right now, because of funding that has already been committed, they're not making any promises. They're even saying that it may even go into next fiscal year. They're protecting the remaining funds that they have at the moment because they're wanting to make sure that they fund actual emergencies like air conditioning and something that would impact kids and instruction going on inside of a building. But she said that in March they'll reevaluate. They'll just continue to reevaluate where they are each month, and when they decide to fund, if they decide to fund, we're ready to go. If it goes too long, we might have to go back and have them revise their proposal. I mean, it obviously costs, the contractor's not gonna keep their promised costs for a year, more than likely, so hopefully soon.
I move, sorry, keep going.
Just one more. What are the conditions of the courts now? Are they in usable condition? They're just not?
They're usable, they're heavily cracked. They're definitely aged. They're all original equipment to when the buildings were constructed. But the surfaces are cracked. Any major trip hazards are being addressed as needed, so that we don't have that liability, but the condition is declining, so they need to be replaced. Just like we've replaced at Oro Grande Starline already. So these are just two more.
Thank you. Did you just want to?
Sure. I move we accept 6.2 as presented.
And I'll second.
Sharon Harvey?
Yes.
Sarah Colette?
Yes.
Lisa Romo?
Yes.
Patty LaBelle?
Yes.
All right, moving on to 6.3, Business Services, Architect Services, Sole Source, Nautilus and Havasupai Elementary Basketball Courts, Construction Administration. Mr. Murphy?
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board. As stated in a previous action item, the district is preparing to move from the design phase to the construction phase of the project to replace the basketball courts and activity area at Nautilus Elementary and Havasupai Elementary. In September and October, the district was awarded funding from the DSF for designing basketball court replacements at both of those schools. The designs were completed and cost proposals were sent to the DSF to consider the allocation of funding for construction. The cost proposal reflects shared project costs between the DSF and the district, as added concrete activity striping, volleyball sleeve inserts are not part of the DSF's minimum standard in providing basketball courts at schools. Prior to the new fiscal year, EMC2 could be procured through the 1GPA cooperative. However, the contract expired, and they are able to be procured through the SAVE contract. However, the SAVE contract is limited to DSF projects only. Sole source procurement is requested due to continuation of work and maintaining continuity of architectural drawings and services as EMC2 completed the design work for this DSF project and current site renovations at both of these schools. As stated, a portion of the project costs are the responsibility of the district, and as a result, the construction administration fee is also proportionately shared between DSF and the district, as reflected in the proposal. Bond and/or other allowable funds will be used for the district's portion of the construction administration fee, which is as follows: Nautilus Elementary, roughly $4,400, and Havasupai Elementary, just under $1,200. Again, action is pending the award of construction funds from the Division of School Facilities.
I make a motion that we'll approve 6.3 as presented.
And I'll second.
Sharon Rubin?
Yes.
Erica Rowe?
Yes.
Lisa Rowan?
Yes.
And Kelly Yerman?
Yes.
All right. 6.4, Business Services. IFB number 23-24-01, additional scope of work change order, replacement of control valves and hose kits at Jamaica and Smoke Tree Elementary Schools. Mr. Murray?
Thank you, Madam President, board members. After receipt of federal award through ESSER, the district reviewed the intended use of ESSER money and identified needs that align to appropriately utilize these allocated funds. One of the intended uses of ESSER funds is to assist in improving the efficiency and quality of ventilation systems within occupied facilities. On September 19th, 2023, the governing board awarded IFB number 232401 to Pueblo Mechanical for the replacement of HVAC package units across the district. In the construction planning and equipment ordering process for this project, additional needs were identified involving cooling and heating inefficiencies at Jamaica and Smoke Tree Elementary. Both facilities have chilled and hot water operated systems to ventilate the building. Control valves and manual valves direct the flow of cold and hot water traveling through the pipes within the facility, ultimately cooling or heating the air that is blown into the building. Faulty control valves were identified as the major contributing factor resulting in these inefficiencies. Parts to repair existing control valves are no longer available. Control valves and hose kits for both the cold water and hot water sides of this system are needing to be replaced to remove faulty parts and upgrade aged valves and hoses. There are 104 control valves and hose kits to be replaced at Smoke Tree, and 112 control valves and hose kits to be replaced at Jamaica. The district seeks to increase the awarded project amount to include the additional work described. A change order is requested for IFB 232401 to increase the awarded project in the amount of $2,131,539.75 for the additional work described. The project is scheduled to be completed during the fiscal year 24 and 25 school years, with an anticipated completion date of August 31st, 2024. The project will be paid with ESSER funds, and all items have been reviewed by purchasing.
So just, once again, just reemphasizing some things. These are with ESSER funds. Our ESSER funds are very regulated on what we can use. I really appreciate what the district has done with their transparency with the ESSER funds. So if anybody's out there ever wants to know what we've done with the ESSER funds, it is on the website. You can see. I think it's a great use. I mean, Havasu, air conditioning, what could go wrong, right? Getting our air conditioning up to speed is what I know we've used a lot of the ESSER funds for, so I appreciate this use, because I know they do run out, and this is a way for us to, once again, not have our Lake Havasu constituents pay, but, still use the money and all of the things we have available to help our community. So I appreciate that.
And it's my understanding that this project uses up the remainder of our ESSER funds, is that correct?
Close. There's
Okay.
still, in instruction, there was still around 100 and something thousand left for addressing learning loss. I believe in the overall project for ventilation systems, there's still around 50,000 remaining, and there may be more because some of this does have contingency built in, but we'll address that as we move further along.
And it,
We're getting close though. Out of the 8 million in ESSER 3, we're down to, after this project, we're down to well under $500,000 remaining.
okay. And the deadline to use up those ESSER funds is?
September
this-
30th.
Okay. Thank you. And I'll move to approve 6.4.
I'll second.
Yes.
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 All right, 6.5, business services, vouchers, student activity funds, and auxiliary funds. Mr. Murray?
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board. The approval of vouchers and K-12 student activity funds and auxiliary funds for January 2024 are in front of you this evening.
I move that we accept 6.5 as presented.
I'll second.
Yes.
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 All right, 7.1. Does Dr. Stone have anything to inform us this evening?
Madam President, members of the board, I'm going to yield my comment time to Mr. Moss so he can share something that happened with one of our Rotary groups recently in a very positive way.
Thank you, Dr. Stone and members of the board. Last week, I had the opportunity to share about our McKinney-Vento program with the London Bridge Rotary Club. The McKinney-Vento program is one of the many programs we offer in our district. This one is targeted to students experiencing homelessness in our district. Right now, we have approximately 40 students that the program's identified, and donations like what the Rotary Club contributed help us not only remove barriers to accessing the educational environment, but go a little above and beyond that to make sure the students set up for success. The London Bridge Rotary Club during the meeting held a very exciting donation drive, and as a collective group contributed nearly $14,000 to this program, which is outstanding and will have a huge impact on the program and those students. So we just wanted to take a moment to shine light on the program, but also thank that huge community partner of ours and make you all aware as well. Thank you.
All right. Do the governing board members have anything for us tonight?
I just had a brief item. I'm on a committee that's approving a Spanish curriculum or recommending one to the board, and we did find one that we've recommended, and it is available still for our public inspection period if somebody is interested in looking at the materials that we are considering approving for next year.
Wonderful. You have anything?
Go ahead.
So I would like to say that the FBLA, the Future Business Leaders of America, took 20 students to the regionals competition on January 27 and came home with 27 medals. And we're really proud of them for the work that they're doing. Okay. All right, 8.1. Are there any board suggestions for future agenda items? No. Well, I will take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Yes?
Yes.
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 The meeting is adjourned.